Greg and Dan Show on WMBD. Leislie Rothan is the president of Peoria Area Association of Realtors. We visit once a quarter, see what's going on. We take a snapshot.
If you listen to the national news, it's not good for housing, but that's different than here. The national news is this is one of the lowest number of home buyers right now because the economy's tough, and that's a big investment. But it's all supply and demand, and around here, there's still not enough houses, right?
Yeah, and I think, first, thanks for having me. I always enjoy being with you guys. Yeah. I think the hard part for us is when we hear that national news and those stories, and we start to panic. Yeah. But what people don't realize is real estate is so local. We don't have the problems that the larger metropolitan areas have. And so I think what I would advise consumers to do is talk to the local people. Yeah. Talk to your local trusted professionals, because here's the thing about that. Our cost of living in central Illinois is so different than what the national news is reporting. And so although are we affected by larger issues? Yes, but not at the same level. And so I think when we still look at the numbers, even when we pull the real estate numbers for central Illinois, we're encompassing smaller towns like Canton and even southern Illinois, little pieces of our data pool. And so that's also a skew of the numbers too when it comes to the sales. But what we see, buyers are still able to buy. Sellers are putting their houses on the market where that was our problem, right? We didn't have enough inventory. Correct, because where were they go? Right. You know, when we talk about the development around our area with bringing new jobs, bringing, new companies into town, it's like, great, where are we going to put them? But now we're starting to see some shifting. More listings are coming on. The prices aren't not as elevated as they were in the past few years because that's sort of leveling out. We're trending more to a healthy market.
Are we at a place, because I know not long ago it was, your house went on the market, 6 people looked at it the first day, 5 of them made an offer, and there was a war on. And sometimes people didn't even show up. They just put a bid in without looking at it.
Oh, yes.
Are we still there?
Yes, but not to the same level. Okay. When a house is priced right and it's in an area or location and condition that buyers are willing to do that, absolutely. We're still seeing homes sell quickly for at price, if not a little bit higher.
I think it's kind of fun, to be honest with you.
Well,
I don't know what it's like to be
because you haven't been a buyer,
I don't know what it's like to be a buyer or an agent in that scenario. But watching it, I saw my neighbors do this about 6 months ago. I was like, holy smokes, it's like a flea market over there.
15 minutes, you like this house, you want to buy it? That's all you get. Decide.
It says something that the city of Washington and that lot are putting up homes.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. That's what we look at on a national scale.
You mean Peoria Heights?
Yeah. No, Washington.
Oh, Washington doing it too?
What we're seeing now, developers are starting to develop. When the market is really tough, really tight, the prices are high, right? We had the cost of materials, cost of labor, really kind of, when developers halt on building, that means we're kind of in a freeze, which we've done the last few years. Yeah, but you're absolutely right. We're starting to have those conversations. We're starting to see growth, which is a positive.
Greg, Washington, East Peoria kind of blends together.
Well, I thought, okay, we'll talk about that later. The Peoria Heights one is the one that struck me last week.
Oh, the townhomes?
Where they're building 15. Well, they found 15 empty lots, and they're building homes, and then you won't have to pay your taxes for 10 years. That's a whole other conversation.
A whole other conversation.
But let's get back to the quarter. Was the quarter a healthy quarter? Was it a worrisome quarter?
Quarter was still good. I feel like my job in coming and reporting has been pretty easy and pretty stable the last few times we visited. We're seeing an increase in sales, which is positive. Days on market is slightly increasing about a month.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. A regular market is like 3 to 6 months. So 30 days is...
How about inventory level? Where are
inventory, we're slightly above where we were last year. Home sales has also increased 14% year over year.
Wow,
what's the makeup of the average buyer?
Oh, that's a good question because I think we have different pockets for the average. Right. So to come up with that, it's hard. The consumers are buying homes a little bit later in life than not, in their early 20s or... but it's really hard to tell because we do encompass so many different markets in our association. So,
and if you are out there, this is as a form. I don't know. Do you know that I used to be a realtor?
I think I did. I think I've heard that.
Yeah, 22 years ago.
It's changed.
Up north.
That was right after you were a dentist, right?
I was a dentist, and then
and he slept at a Holiday Inn Express that night.
But so I only did it for about a year and a half up in the suburbs of Chicago. But the reason I bring that up is hire a professional. If you're listing your home, don't do it yourself. Don't do it. Please don't do it. I know that sounds like I'm trying to kiss up to you. I'm not. It's important that you have somebody who knows what they're doing.
It's
and
such
pick
a
your
changing
right person.
market.
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But,
interview agents.
Yeah,
it's such a changing market, and it's changing rapidly.
Yeah.
3 months ago, different story. We don't even, if you look at more industry trends, you're thinking years. We look at months because it just is so evolving with interest rates and inventory. So, yes, hire a professional.
Leislie Rothan is the president of the Peoria Area Association of Realtors. If you need help finding a realtor, contact the organization. They'll help you. It's always good to see you. We'll see. Are you still the president for 3 more months?
Oh, no.
No, you're done?
My term is done next month. It is. How sad.
We got to go to news.